Hi everyone, rise and shine because it's day 2 at ICCFA 2024 in Tampa, and isn't the weather just amazing?
It's so nice.
Right? I'm here with Matt and Nikki from Full Circle Aftercare. So this interview is going to be really interesting. Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
okay. So, Matt, can you start by telling me a bit about yourself?
Absolutely, yes. So I'm the owner and founder of Full Circle Aftercare. We've been in business for about 10 years. I grew up in Utah. So big into outdoor stuff. Have 6 kids. And we are actually, right now, I'm living in Spain with them. We're doing a few months of a study abroad so they can all learn Spanish. So I flew out here from Malaga, Spain, Costa del Sol.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, that's a little bit about me. We have a great company and 43 employees who are just the best people in the world. So sorry, we got them all. They all work for our team. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Great. Nikki, can we know a bit about you?
Yes. My name is Nikki Schmutz. I am the Director of Operations for Full Circle Aftercare. Oh my gosh, I tripped over our own name. But I've been here for about 5 years, and I'm here because of experiences in my own life of grief and loss, and this company really has become my home and the place where I belong. And I absolutely think our staff is the best too.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. All right, so let's.
Nikki's the best.
Is
She is the best. The best of the best.
Best of the best. That's
Yeah,
what I was
right.
going to say.
Well, while you're in Spain, I will take that title.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you should put that on the website.
Right.
Yeah, so people
Good,
know.
The best of the best.
Yeah.
On the business card.
Okay, let's start with a few questions for you guys. So, Nikki, in what ways do you incorporate emotional support and counseling into your aftercare services?
That's a really good question. Having been through loss myself and having to settle in a state, the hardest part of that was really knowing what to do next. People exist in this haze of grief, and it's really hard to think straight, or if you've never been through it before, to even know any step at all. And it just feels like this huge, massive mess of things that have to be taken care of. So how can you possibly grieve when you're trying to pick that apart? So at Full Circle, we believe that helping people with all those practical tasks and make sure that they have peace of mind because things are being taken care of is the way to help them grieve, because they can move past that and really be able to focus on their own inner feelings.
Yeah.
Stop the bleeding and then start the healing.
Yeah.
Right? So take care of all those things first and then give them what they need to help heal.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I love aftercare companies. I just love them all. So, Matthew, what inspired the founding of your company, and what values or principles guide your work in supporting individuals through grief and loss?
Yeah, so my background was actually in civil engineering.
Okay.
And you can clearly see how that led to aftercare. But I had a friend who worked in the funeral home industry, and this was actually his idea, because he said every family we talked to, he was in charge of selling pre-need, and they'd meet with families after the funeral's over. And he's like, everyone, I don't care if they're rich or poor, if they have their crap together or if they don't, everyone is stressed about those next steps, and everyone feels alone and feels like there's nowhere to turn. And he's like, there's nothing for them. And he told me that, and I was like, we got to do this. We got to create this together. And so we decided to, rather, I think a lot of aftercare in the past has been all about, well, let's sell the family pre-need, or let's get something more. Let's try to get them to do Google reviews, to do those things. And rather than going directly at those things, if instead first you go to service, take care of them a little bit more in a way that they didn't expect, right? Like, the family expects a perfect funeral, and you deliver it. And then they get a call from the funeral home and saying, we're still here for you. I'm going to take you through everything else you're dealing with. The family. I think our founding principles are, we're just going to do what's right. Do what's right for the family in taking care of their needs and not focusing on others. Do what's right for our funeral homes and making sure that they really look good and get promoted, and they get all those things. The Google reviews, we have this whole wall of Google reviews we've generated. They get pre-need leads. We generate tons of pre-need leads for them. We're going to take care of them, and we're going to do what's right and taking care of our team, because if we take good care of our employees, then they'll do better services for families, and that's exactly what people want.
Yeah. great answer.
Thank you.
You guys are killing it. Pun
I don't know
intended. Nikki, how do you tailor your services to meet the unique needs of each and every client?
Well, first we have a staff of amazing people who all really care. So we have people from every walk of life you can imagine. Been through loss. We have someone who's a social worker. We have someone trained in psychology. Like, they've all chosen at this path in their life to come and work for us instead of doing other things because they feel the same sense of purpose. So first, we're giving the family somebody who's really an advocate in their corner. But secondly, we don't just give them a checklist and say, do all these things. We literally, on a telephone call, go through each thing and help them determine exactly which ones apply to them. And we do it with them or for them, depending on what the task is. So we're really the boots on the ground to help, take them by the hand, sometimes reluctantly because they don't know what to do, and sometimes they want to put it off, but we're there to help them make sure that they take care of it.
Yeah, I think the last thing people need is homework. And sometimes a lot of funeral homes will be like, hey, funeral's over. Here's a bunch of, go do all these things. They're really important, right? Like, here's your homework, right? We're like, no. Let's just do it for them. Let's just take care of them. And that's our founding philosophy.
Nice. I think the work you guys do is so important. I hope it's recognized, and I'm sure it's appreciated.
Thank you. It's pretty rewarding work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
Sometimes people are like, isn't it kind of hard to work with death? And I was like, people, I could never do that. I could never work with, death. And I'm like, well, do you say the same thing about doctors? No, they're helping people. I'm like, well, in the funeral industry, we are too, right? We're helping them too. We're helping the survivors. And that's an important distinction. And it's very rewarding being able to help people every day.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I've got one last question,
Sure.
and then this amazing interview, like I predicted, will be over. But what sets your aftercare approach apart from other similar services in the industry?
Nikki. No. I'm saying you do.
Oh,
You said it. No, I would say what sets us apart is we work really well with all the other aftercare companies. We have partnerships with a lot of them. We have joint clients with a lot of them. I think there's a lot of different realms in aftercare. We're the only company who's a concierge service, where we are going ahead and helping them complete all those next steps. And so I think what the difference is follow-up aftercare, cards and texts and surveys, all of that's important. But the most important thing, in our opinion, is let's take care of the family's needs. And when you go that extra mile for families, when you're there and holding their hand through those next steps, that's where you create just delighted customers who will come back again and again. They want their families to have that same experience they did.
Right.
And so the other part is important too. The follow-up side of aftercare, very important. And so many wonderful companies. I endorse them all. But our side of the service is also kind of unique in that we're sitting on the phone, making phone calls, going through the mud of what they have to deal with next. Anything to add to that?
Oh, only that people don't have to choose our kind of aftercare or another kind of aftercare for follow-up. Like, it pairs very nicely together. So for us, it's really not an either or. Right. It's let's just make sure we help.
Yeah, we'll very much tailor our service based on what the family needs and also what the funeral home needs. Yeah. Right, and what other products and services they have, we'll just kind of make our way to fit in there.
Yep,
that's great. Well, thank you guys so much, and we gotta tell these people how to get on your website. What's your URL?
Yeah, so it's www.full-circlecare.com, and we're on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and all the things.
And we've been doing a live show a couple times a month. So if you find it's called SBA Live. So if you find us on LinkedIn, you'll be able to find those as well.
Yeah. We should bring you on SBA Live and tell us about you. We'll turn the tables.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And give them some love on social media. Let's go. Full Circle Aftercare, Matt and Nikki. Bye, guys.
See you guys.